Thank you for joining us for another episode of Real Estate Accredited. It's Thursday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, and welcome to our event. It's a free real estate education for multifamily, commercial multifamily particularly. We do this virtual meetup every Thursday, 7 p.m., except when it's a holiday. And tonight, we're going to talk about how to choose and create compatible and dependable partners. My name is Philippe Schelligan from Boost Capital Group, and our business is to help busy professionals invest in real estate. And so far, we've helped people invest in 3,000 units. We started this weekly call to educate people about anything pertaining to real estate. Tonight, again, how to choose and create compatible and dependable partners. Our focus is on in-place commercial multifamily value add, but we welcome any discussion about any commercial multifamily. So first, why do you need partners in commercial multifamily real estate? As we discussed in prior episodes, the two pillars of being successful in this business is going to be looking at a lot of deals, having deals, and also having money that you can raise from investors to buy the properties, right? So you're going to look for partners to increase your deal flow, to be able to look at more deals as a team. You're going to look for partners to increase the amount that you can raise from your investors. So you can have more money brought into a deal, you can buy a larger deal. The third bullet here is that there will be lender requirements regarding the experience of the team, of the partners on the team, the managers, right? So experience will be required as well as net worth and liquidity. And those requirements, they need to be filled by all the people who are going to sign the loan, all the managers. So let's take a look first at what to look for when you consider professional collaborations. I think those are very helpful 8 points to think about when you consider these collaborations, and then we'll see what those points mean from a real estate standpoint. So number one, shared vision and goals, right? Are you looking at the same, number one, shared vision and goals. Number two, complementary skills. Number three, clear roles and responsibilities. Four, reliability and accountability. Five, communication skills. Six, adaptability and flexibility. Seven, shared work ethic. And eight, past track record. And as I mentioned, we're going to dig a little bit deeper on what it means from a real estate standpoint in a second. But in any case, those are the 8 main considerations to look at when you look for a partner, right? And the tips are take your time, learn from your past experiences. If you've done some partnerships in the past, ask for feedback, ask your friends, family, mentors. If you're considering going into a partnership, ask others what they think about your potential partner. And also be open to change, because maybe you went into a partnership and then you realize it was not the right partnership. So more specifically on real estate, I did some notes based on my own experience on many of these topics. But shared vision and goals, that's the number one. Are you looking, for instance, a one-off deal partnership, or are you going to look for a long-term partnership? That's the first question to ask, and certainly better to start on a one-deal basis before to go into a long-term partnership. But also put some acronyms there. Are you going to work on multifamily or multifamily and fix and flip, for instance, or maybe as well short-term rentals, right? What's the vision of the team? What are the goals? What are you going to work on? Regarding the complementary skills, I think it goes back to a little bit what I mentioned earlier in the couple of slides ago. Some people are good at finding deals, some other better at talking to investors and raising money. And like the third skill that you need to look for somebody who can run operations, right? Make sure that things are going as expected. The day-to-day business, very important for the success of a deal and a partnership. So from that standpoint, if you can bring different partners who have different profiles that are complementary, then it's a good solution. Because if you have two deal finders together, are good at looking for deals and underwriting, for instance, but they don't have any money to raise, then you need to bring somebody else automatically in that partnership. So once you have the different skills around the table, then you can define roles and responsibilities and basically agree on who is going to do what. And then you have to write a document to summarize who is going to do what, put it on paper, everybody agrees and look at the same thing. And it's a constant reminder of who's doing what. Then a big part of the success is you need to have reliability and accountability of the different partners. So you have to agree on targets and you have to check on the progress towards these targets regularly, right? Actually, on the second, I gave an example of how I'm doing it with my partner, Jeff. We have a weekly call, and then we're going to review our goals and see how we progressed and see how if there's a little bit of a delay on something, how the other can help, one of the partners can help the other one see if there's something can be done to improve the situation and reach the goal in a timely manner. Adaptability and flexibility, I think that's certainly, I think once you start working with different partners, you'll see it goes back a little bit to their personality, but also just that their schedule. Because some people may have a fixed schedule, fixed requirements, and they can only meet at specific times. Again, I think it's as long as you set the baseline and the expectations and what's acceptable, what is not acceptable, I think it will be conducive to a successful collaboration. Next, I think from a shared work ethic, this is very crucial. Obviously, I would say like the default is, or like the typical things you expect people like to be as a hard worker as you are, for instance, or you're expecting them to be very organized and follow the rules and be good at do what's best for the investors and so on. And I would say those things, this is, I would say, discuss about about that and have discussions about all these values. What are the values of the different partners? And are looking to at the same things. I'm just making a note here. And I think that's how you're going to once you've discussed the different values and how the work ethic and so on, you'll see that you can converge on some consistent things, consistent values, which, by the way, at the end of the day, that's going to be represented in your own company. From a past track record, those are certainly on at the beginning of the relationship, something to discuss, to understand. But I would say certainly something to be leveraged as well. And from that standpoint, you can have, like with my partner Jeff, I have more experience in multifamily, has more experience in fix and flip. And we're looking at both aspects of of the business in our own company, right? He's going to take the lead on fix and flips, and I'll take the lead on multifamily. But at the same time, we are obviously cross-checking our assumptions and so on. So where can you find partners? I think that's very important. It's very interesting to talk about what considerations to think about. Like now, where are you going to find these partners? I have two pages here. Like the first one is more about meetups in a very broad term, starting with real estate educational programs, such as Michael Blank's program, where I'm a mentor actually. And by the way, I took this program when I started several years ago in 2017. I started my career and learn about real estate, multifamily real estate particularly. And these days I'm mentoring a number of students, and in this program and other similar programs, there will be an opportunity for you to talk to other students and connect with others and maybe find potential partners. For the reasons I mentioned earlier, either to find people who are good at finding deals, people who are good at raising money, or just people who are interested in being a KP, a key principal who is going to sign the loan. Another source is going to be the real estate meetups. They can be local to you, face to face, or maybe sometimes there are still some virtual meetups, such as, and otherwise, there are a number of virtual commercial real estate calls that I'm aware of that I participated to in the past. If you search on internet for Brian Briscoe Zoom networking event, usually he holds those Fridays at 1 p.m. Eastern. There's the Tuesday at 8 p.m., coordinated by Julian Peterson, and TRE networking at noon on Wednesdays at 12 p.m., and that's hosted by George Roberts. I've attended all of them, and I know those are good quality. I'm sure there are other calls out there, but I know these events and they have good quality attendees. Now, another place to meet potential partners is going to be conferences. And a lot of multifamily conferences, but I listed those that I know are good quality. So I'll start with the Best Ever Conference. That's from Joe Fairless. Typically in Denver, the MFIN, MFINCon from Dan Hanford, typically in Charlotte. The MFIN Disrupt Equity and Kenny Wolf. They have multiple, usually yearly, plus one in Houston as well. There's a Dealmaker Live from Michael Blank. In 2024, it will be in Atlanta. And there's also a conference from Old Capital that is held in Dallas. So those are all good conferences that you can attend, and usually very excellent content, a lot of interesting people to meet, and again, potentially partners. We're going to be typically 3 days in the same room pretty much, and there are a lot of breaks, and you can talk to different participants and make connections that way. That's all I have for today. It's a relatively short call. So I thank you for joining or watching the recording. Again, my name is Philippe Schellegen. I'm with Boost Capital Group. And you can contact me at this email here or scan the QR code to get to my bio online. And appreciate you joining us. And we'll talk to you soon. Thank you. Bye bye.